right, so I'm testing this thing. Make sure I'm getting some sound. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. I'm not getting nothing out of the microphone. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. What's up, peoples? I'm just testing this live stream. You probably don't hear the microphone. If you can hear my microphone, let me know up in the chat. Okay, appreciate it. Can you hear me? Can anybody? Can you hear me? This computer, this laptop I got is driving me nuts, man. What's up, Robert? What's up, Rainer? I'm just testing this thing out. I want to make sure the sound is good. I can't use my streaming software with this. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff I'm going to talk about today. I'm on the march. To advance the look of the Rob Report. Looking to get my computer upgraded. Looking to get a laptop for the convention, not the convention, but the primaries. The New York primaries are coming up soon. So I'm looking to get more equipment. So as of now, um, I'm trying to raise money. Okay. And I'm not looking for everybody. I'm looking for a remnant. I'm looking for 25 people who can donate $25 toward this thing. And I'm going to spend all day doing it. So I'm going to probably do one broadcast every 3 hours, talking about different things that's going on today. So stay tuned. Again, I'm just testing the live equipment because after I want to come back on, answer any questions that you got. Anybody that's given into my PayPal account, I'm going to answer any questions that you have since I don't do super chat because YouTube rob you for every dime that you get. So I'm trying something different. But my main goal is to, since the New York primaries are coming up, I want to upgrade. I want to upgrade my computer. I want to upgrade my software. I want to upgrade my microphone. I got a Blue Yeti here. Thank you to Vegematic, one of the supporters. I still appreciate him to this day. Those who've donated in the past few days, I appreciate you. People donate equipment. I got a brand new HD microphone. Camera right here, thanks to some of the donors. So I just want to let you know I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys for contributing. But this week, I'm trying to get 25 people to donate $25 to Bob TV to help me go to that next level. So I'm going to be doing, I guess, partner appreciation. I never done live stream stuff like this before, so I'm new. So forgive me if I mess up. But I'm going to be talking about a certain subject. We're going to talk about Bloomberg racist policies here in New York City. We're going to talk about Bloomberg sexual harassment issues going on today. We're going to talk about Elizabeth Warren last cry for help to stay in this campaign. We're going to talk about this stop Bernie before you stop Trump, before we stop Trump movement that's going on. It's just a lot of things we're going to talk about today. And then we're going to talk about also the Nevada culinary union situation and how this thing that's going on is just a bunch of crap about they don't want to get rid of their Medicare. We're going to deal with that because I'm a union organizer. There's one thing we don't want to fight for is medical plans. If we can get a Medicare for all, that leaves us less to fight for on an organizing table. And we will push for companies to take that money that they would normally spend for healthcare to put it in the pocket of the workers if we had a single payer healthcare plan. But we're going to talk about that a little more today too. So I'm going to be on once every 3 hours to talk about that. I am going to answer questions for those who donate to paypal.me/Bob TV NYC, all caps. Now, actually, I'll answer anybody's question. You don't have to give me anything for it. But I do want to give people opportunity to donate. 25 people donate $25 to this channel to help upgrade this. Not looking for no more than 25 people. I'm not that type of person where I just gotta, you know, I am going to contribute toward this myself, but I want people to be a part of this. I believe in participating so I can say, hey, I was a part of this. He didn't do this alone. I helped him out. But thank you, everybody. So I'm sounding good. What's up, Show King? Angeline R. I appreciate you what you've done for this channel. I really do. It does not go lightly. I really appreciate what you have done um, for this channel. You're loyal, committed. Well, most of you are. Robert James, all of you guys are loyal. But Angelina, I want to thank you for going that extra mile. I really appreciate it. It's helping out a whole lot. So Ronald Marshall. So let me prepare myself. And it's 12:34. I'm going to try to start the first segment at 1. So I got to prepare myself for this. I'm not going to be able to put up the videos or the screenshots or anything because I'm using the YouTube live straight from YouTube because I'm trying to, the whole point of the 25 by 25 um, is my laptop. It sucks at live streaming. It really holds me back. I can't really be me because I freeze up too much. And my baby is in the shop, getting an upgrade, and I need to get her out as soon as possible so I can get back to live streaming. So that's in a laptop I'm getting for the New York primaries because I find out that if you are somebody who hit the 10,000 mark, the YouTube studios will let you use their studio. And I went there one day and they have about 5 different sets that studio sets that you can participate in. So when the politicians come down to New York, I'm going to see if I can get an interview with them. And not just the presidential candidates. If I can land a presidential candidate interview, that would be great. But people running for your local office, like here in New York, there's people running for local office. It's not always about the presidential campaign. The senatorial campaign is just as important because they are the ones who make the law. Presidents create policies, but it's the senatorial campaign that we have to focus on just as much because you will never get those policies enacted from the president unless you have the Congress and the House and Senate to help you get it through. So it's important to elect those people too. So I want to give them an opportunity to get on the platform, whether it's Skype, whether it's one-on-one in the studio. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna try my best to get out there in the field. I'm not Jordan Sheridan. I'm not, I'm not my boy Nico House and the Convo Couch that has the ability to travel and be right there. I don't have that ability yet, but I want to get there, but I can't get there on my own. And it will take partnership. And Status Quo probably be on today, so I don't want to try to compete with Jordan, because I watch Jordan myself. I try to support Jordan as much as I can also. So, but I want to be that type of person that's out in the field. I want to be a great interviewer, and I want to be on the go a lot. So I don't want to always be here. I want to be right there with the people. I want to be right there with the candidates so they can tell us what they're going to do for us. And if you ain't doing nothing for us, kiss off. Why do I need to elect you and you're not going to do anything for me? So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sign off, set up for the next, for the first segment of the Rob Report, hopefully at 1 o'clock. If something happened where it freezes up, then I'll come off the live. I'll go ahead and videotape it straight up, and then I'll upload it immediately as a premiere on the channel. But 25 by 25, we got to go on. We want to set today where we can get 25 people to donate $25 to the channel. For those who already donated, if you want to donate again, you can. But please, I don't want people in a position where, sometimes it's too much, and I really appreciate it. But I'm under pressure myself, so I don't want to put anybody else under pressure. So I'm not that type of person. But for those who want to join that remnant, that 25 by 25, by all means, you have to do it through my PayPal. I hate Super Chat. Never do nothing on Super Chat. YouTube are thieves, man. They straight up thugs, man. They don't even come up to you with the gun in your face. They just gonna take everything you got. They pimps. Come here, whore. Where's my money? That's what they're all about. And they take all my money, man. I mean, right now I got $11 for all the videos I put out in the past. Past probably I probably put out about 15, 20 videos, some of them short, some of them long. $11 revenue from the advertisers because they say what I say is an advertiser friendly. And my thing is, I don't want you advertising on my channel anyway. I'd rather if I could pay you monthly and you leave me alone, I'd rather do that. So Nico was telling me about Rockfin. So I'm gonna look at Rockfin. Rockfin is blockchain based. They don't suppress your money. They don't do anything. I'm also looking at starting a content creators union. We need to unionize and fight back against these giant corporations that just want to pimp us for content. And believe me, understand, people. A lot of us, some of us, a lot of YouTubers just come straight on the microphone and and they'll pop a video in the corner. They'll do a reaction, but there's some of us that really put a lot of work into this stuff. I mean, intro, outro, lower thirds, little stuff in the corner, little stuff at the top. All that stuff take time. It take time to edit and cut and all that kind of stuff. It take time, and we don't try to get the support from the viewers. All we ask is that YouTube stop with the shenanigans. If you're going to advertise, don't limit it and limit the amount of income I get. There's no reason why I should get $11 for the hard work I put in. I'm out there on the field during the day. First of all, at night, I'm sitting here trying to take care of some personal business at night. And then I get up and then I leave out and I'm out in the field. Sometimes 11, 12 o'clock. I don't come home to 1 or 2 o'clock. And then I come back here, start chopping and editing, try to put some content. So, it ain't easy. And it wears you out. And oftentimes I'm sleepy, I'm tired, and I love what I do. But for YouTube to do this BS of how they rob you of revenue is ridiculous. I hate it. And they demonetize just about everything I put up. If I would call Elizabeth Warren Chief Liar, they demonetize me. If I said what does booty care has in it, you know, they demonetize me. So I can't even come up with creative names for the topic of the show without them acting like buttholes and want to demonetize. They're looking for any reason to monetize you. So they're basically saying, you put our video on your channel, we're gonna squeeze it for advertised dollars, but we're not gonna give you much of it. And that's a lot of reason why a lot of us, we YouTube content creators, we come to the public and say, hey, donate. I don't want to ask people to donate to the channel if I can handle it myself. If I had a certain amount of money coming from YouTube, the donations would be extra. But because of how they demonetize, all I ask for is a few partners, a remnant, not everybody, those who can ride or die with me through this whole process. And then once we get to a certain area, then, partnership is good. Partnership is good. It's good to have some partners. And I'm looking for 25, so I'm looking for just 25 to donate 25 a month. I mean, not a month. Okay. One time, $25 a month. Hopefully today. All right. So I'm going to get off this. It's 12:42. So let me see who's up here. Yeah, $11. Show King, $11. All the hard freaking work I do on this channel, and I'm not alone. $11 freaking dollars of revenue. It's ridiculous. And yet I'm trying to, I got bills I gotta pay, I got rent I gotta pay, I gotta eat, and sure, working a job is you have to do that at the beginning of building the YouTube channel. You got to maintain a job. and then you work your job 8 hours, sometimes 10 hours. And here in New York, my travel is usually 1 to 2 hours back and forth. So that's another 4 hours. So that's why oftentimes, because my laptop suck, I'm always doing the raw report on the go using my phone. And oftentimes I'm in a place where it is loud and people getting upset because it's loud. It's because number one, I don't have time to come back to the computer because I'll forget what I'm going to say. Oftentimes I got a lot on my mind right at that moment, and I need to say it right then and there. So I do a raw report on the go. Because if I get home, I'll forget about it, or my passion, my energy wear down on that particular subject. So wait till I get here sometimes isn't feasible. So that's why I said my two phases. I need to get my baby out the shot, the one that I'm upgrading, because it can't handle the 4K camera that I had. This laptop can't handle the 4K camera. I can't stream in 4K 60 frames per second because my computer can't handle it, and that's perfect for live streaming. So that my baby is in the shop, so I'm trying to get that out as soon as possible. And then once we hit that area, we're going to upgrade this crappy laptop because sometimes I want to do stuff while I'm out. And sometimes I might run in, sometimes I'm going to be going into politicians' office. Like I want to go to um, Jumaane Williams' office. He's the public advocate for New York. I want to go talk to him about this 10-day PTO program here in New York. We're trying to push 10 paid holidays for all New Yorkers because a lot of these jobs don't offer vacation. They don't offer anything for the workers. So we're going to push it in all. Not only do we get 5 paid sick days in New York, but these companies are trying to be slick and trying to tell people if you want to get a vacation, you want to go see your mama or whatever, you can do it out of your 5 sick days. Well, that's fine. But my 5 sick days are supposed to be for me actually being sick. And if I'm sick, I still want to get paid while I'm sick. I don't want to take my vacation on my 5 days and use my sick day up. And then now when I'm really sick, I got to call out, and you can probably fire me if I call out too many times. So they're trying to be slick. So politicians who we need to push in that direction, I want to be there with my camera, with my microphone, my laptop, and just talk to them one on one and really get in their grill. There's a lot of politicians here. Tiffany Caban, um, who is a progressive person who ran for office, who lost narrowly to Melinda Katz here in New York. And I can't say there was no chicanery going on. I was in that recount, and we did recount the ballot, and according to what we saw, Kat still did beat her narrowly. But there's a lot of people that's really pushing for people prosperity. They want people to prosper, so they're trying to give them sick days, and the company have to pay for it. They're trying to give them 10 PTO days. So if you want to take a vacation, or if you just tired of looking at your boss or whatever, or you just want to take a break, you'll be able to take it out of that 10 days and still get paid for it. So this is one of the reasons why I need the get out more and things like that and talk to this politician. So that's why I can't depend on YouTube revenue to help me get that equipment. And my revenue is not enough to help me get that equipment because I got bill I got to pay right now. And right now I'm trying to put myself in a position where I can get this thing set up nicely. My my main computer out so I can get back to doing the live shows, the Bobby Brown show, the Rob Report, Big Rob Reviews, where we review it all from hot dogs to your grandma draws. I want to get back to the live shows because I miss it. This computer won't let me do it because the computer can't handle the camera software. So I want to get back to that. And then I want to prepare for the New York primaries. I want to be out there on the field. There's no sense when you got uh, 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 what you can call a progressive. I don't have labels on myself because I do have some conservative in me too, but I have more progressive than conservative. So, but because I believe in people prospering and I believe people should prosper from our tax dollars, I believe we should legislate to make people better and have things better. I believe in looking out for the poor. I believe in the Robin Hood philosophy. You gotta take some from the rich and give to the poor because they took from the poor and gave it to themselves. So I want to be out there on the field talking to these politicians. I want to be out in the field talking to people coming out of Wall Street. I want to be out on the field talking to people coming out of Goldman Sachs. See, all these major corporations are here in New York City. Now, I'm not going to get the executives from Goldman Sachs to come out because those guys don't come out the front door. They get in their helicopter and fly off to their home way in Westchester County somewhere, which is where I happen to live at. But yeah, so that's what I want to do, and that's why I'm on here, and that's why I'm looking for that 25 by 25 crew to help me make this thing happen. I'm not looking for everybody. I mean, everybody, you can contribute to the Bob TV network through my PayPal at Bob TV NYC, all caps, 5 10. I mean, any amount is appreciated, but I'm looking for that remnant. And I already got one person who joined that remnant, and I appreciate her for that. But anyway, let me get off that and let me get prepared for the first segment that I'm going to try to do live. If it don't work live, I'm going to pre-record it and I'm going to upload it in the premiere. And while you're watching the premiere, I'll be working on the other one. So I'm not going nowhere. I'm here all day. Got to make that happen. We got to make this happen because there's certain things that I need to get real quick, because if I don't, price is going to go up on me. So let's see who's up here. Ronald Marshall, what an address to mail it to. I guess if you're gonna donate to the channel, I mean, if you want to, you could do it through my PayPal. PayPal.me/Bob TV NYC, all caps. All caps. Yeah, Bloomberg is diabolical. We got to get into it. Look, I just moved from the Bronx, and I know what it's like. When I first came here, I fell in love with a young lady and her kids. And the neighborhood we lived in wasn't nice. It was in the South Bronx. And as I went to build my own business, because I have a business that I'm trying to build here in New York City, it's a direct marketing business, which means I don't employ anybody. I have partners to partner with me. They have their own business. It's almost like a real estate broker and real estate agents. The ultimate goal of every real estate agent is to be a broker. So I'm looking for partners. So here I am. I'm pushing my program, not just to the poor and middle class, but I'm trying to push it to the upper class, because they need my service too. My services has no barrier. Everybody need it. Everybody can afford it. Everybody have to have it to advance in life. So I go from my neighborhood where I was living in at the time to the upper echelon, lower Manhattan, upper Manhattan, over there on the west side, 96, all the way down to Columbus Square, all the way down to Soho, Chelsea, those areas. Not that many police officers. Go back home, deep with police officers, because it's mainly Latinos and blacks. I would go home. I have to watch myself because I'm suited up. I'm usually suited up. I'm not dressed up like a thug. I do that on purpose because who house I'm going to break into with these shoes on? You know what I mean? Bro, I'm not trying to break in nobody's house with no suit on. Nah, because my suit is important. I don't want to mess up my suit trying to break into nobody's house. So they know what to target. And I recently showed a video of police officers, NYPD police officers, talking about how they're pressured by their superiors to target blacks and Latinos 15 to 21. Well, you recently got an audio and a video of Mayor Bloomberg admitting that I'm telling law enforcement officers to target Latinos and blacks 15 to 21. If that's not racial profiling, if that is not racism, if that is not being a flat out bigot, then what is? Yet these people watching these freaking videos on TV and let Mike Bloomberg with the dogs talking, saying, I'm voting for Mike Bloomberg. If you're dumb enough to fall for something like that and say, yeah, I'm gonna vote for Mike, that's why I say no slut voting in 2020. You got to get to know the people that you're voting for. Don't let the Democratic Party put this image up to you to make you think they're all that. The whole point is they trying to throw anything on the wall that will stick to get rid of Bernie. Their number one goal is to get rid of Bernie, is not to get rid of Trump. They would rather have Trump than Bernie. Trump and Bloomberg are friends. Trump and the Clintons are friends. Bloomberg is a friend of Democrats. Trump is a friend of Democrats. They don't want to admit it, but Trump has always been a friend of Democrats. Trump been giving money on both sides of the aisle, just like Bloomberg plays both sides of the aisle. He is an independent who used to be a Republican, turned independent. He was an independent while he was mayor, and he sucked as a mayor. He brought in this housing plan where corporations built most of the housing, and they did a deal where 20% of your housing has to be allotted out to people on fixed income instead of focusing on building public housing. So I'm just talking. I got so much stuff I want to talk about, but Bloomberg is not the way to go. Bloomberg is a pimp. He's trying to buy everybody off, and that is plutocracy. That is not democracy. And he's one of the most totalitarian people you ever met in your life. How in the world are you going to tax me because I like to drink stuff with sugar in it? He's trying to do a sugar tax. You like big gulps, he's going to tax you. And let me tell you something. I love big gulps. The moment that he came out with that big gulp thing, I was like, nah, bro, you the worst. You trying to stop me from getting my big gulp? You are the worst. I know you racist, but you trying to stop me from getting my big gulp, man. You are the worst. Anyway, let me get up here. Um, yeah. Show King, I am on Instagram, Bob TV NYC. I don't do too much on Instagram, but take pictures. So I don't know what to do on that, but you can check me out on there. Billionaires don't care about you. Now, I don't like to put people up in all in one bunch. Um, I can say, well, I don't know. I don't know if I can say this. Andrew Carnegie, dude was loaded. He did take his money to invest in communities. We wouldn't have the public library system. He funded the public library system because he wanted. He even funded some black library systems because he believed education was key. My brother and sister are Carnegie, so I really believe my brother and sister come from that Carnegie lineage. Carnegie is a Scottish lineage, so my brother and sister who happen to be black, I don't know if they came from plantations of the Carnegies or what, but they are Carnegies. And I love my brother and sister. Shout out to Reggie Carnegie and Krista Carnegie. I love you guys. But you got some people who are rich that do take their money and give it to the community. Bobby Scott of Virginia, I couldn't find myself voting for Bobby Scott is because Bobby Scott, a black man or half black, half white, whatever you want to call it, didn't do much for the black community in Virginia. Forbes took a lot of his money and invested in the black community. My problem with Mike Bloomberg, not only is his racist and sexist and a whole bunch of other stuff, right now, he's not even trying, he's trying to low-key buy the black community. But it's not the community itself, it's the community leaders. Like he's trying to buy out the mayors. You know, there's over 10,000 mayors. I think it's over 1,000 mayors. So when you sit there and tell me he has 100 of mayors on board with him, that's not impressive. You know how many mayors, you know how many municipalities are in the United States? That's nothing, but they'll plaster it big and bold to make you believe, wow, he got 100 mayors and a lot of them black. So the blacks are supporting. See, they hoping you buy that lie. They're trying to manufacture consent. And don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. These are all marketing schemes. Bloomberg is a news media guy. He knows about sales and marketing. Trump is the same way. That's the reason why Trump did what he did at the State of the Union, because he marketed hoping an opportunity with his administration, and he used people to do it, and he used people on purpose because he knew the Democrats is just gonna not, be anti against it. So when he does things like this, he's actually opening the veil to show how antagonistic the Democratic Party is, and he's making them look like a fool, and he's over here looking like a champion. And as a result of it, Nancy Pelosi rips up his speech, all because he didn't shake her hand. Why would I shake your hand when you are trying to impeach me? People get up mad over that. I'm not shaking, bro. You trying to frame me, officer. Yet I see you in public and you want to shake my hand. You lucky I don't slap you. You're off duty. You don't have your badge. You lucky I don't knock you out. So he had every right to diss her, and he dissed her cold. She didn't like it. So, like a little kid, she's gonna rip up some people. I was saying both of them acting like little kids, but I understand where he come from. You are trying to impeach me. One minute you say you wouldn't do that, and now you're trying to impeach me, and you want me to shake your hand. Get out of here with that mess. Get out of here. And then she get upset and gonna rip the speech up, which is a official document. And right now they're trying to get charges on her for that. Acting like a baby. So I don't know how I got on that. Let's see. Yep. Thank you, Ron. That's Steph. How about using another platform like me, like Title? I'm gonna start doing podcasts. I'm a podcast on YouTube. See, I had somebody get on here today tell me, you don't know how to pronounce your words. That shows how uneducated you are. First of all, I'm very educated. Political science major, Florida State University. So take that as it is. Second, there's a difference between wisdom and intellect. There's a difference between common sense and no sense. Sometimes you can have too much brains that you don't have no sense. It's something we say in religion. Are you spiritual? Are you spiritual? In other words, you can spare me with your rituals. I don't care about how many times you go to church and you talking this perpendicular religious talk and you're looking down us and stuff. I don't care about that. Spare me from your rituals. Or you're spiritual. In your inside, do you have a yearning for people to become all that they can be? That's more important to me. It's like me and ladies. Yeah, I know you love me, but can you love me? There's more than one type of love. Love isn't always emotional and romantic. Love is oftentimes decision based. See, I don't have to agree with you to love you. For me to love you, sometimes I'm going to disagree with you. So somebody come up here talking about how first of all, let me tell you something. Let's get this straight. I'm from the D South. I'm Southern as they come. I'm a bit country. Some of my buddies in school, we drove around in their truck. Yep, even with the rebel sign. I know my black brothers ain't gonna like that, but back then I didn't look at the flag. I looked at this guy was my friend. This guy saved me from some things. This is one of my friends who happened to be a diehard redneck. Diehard redneck. One day was hanging out at Mayaka State Park, skipping rocks, and an alligator was creeping up on us. He was more creeping up on me. You know what he did? He took out his gun and shot the alligator. Now, if he hated black people, he could just let me get ate up by the alligator. This brother saved my life. So you can't lump people in a bunch. That's what I'm saying. Just because you see them in the truck with a rebel sign on it, don't necessarily mean they're racist. Anytime you save my life, it's kind of hard to judge. The only thing you can do, like the difference between Bloomberg and Donald Trump is a alpha racist and Bloomberg is a beta racist. Beta. So anyway, let me get off that subject. Getting off hand. How about so I'm going to use other platforms like Stitcher. I'm going to use not Spotify but SoundCloud. I'm going to use iTunes in the future to do my podcast. Let's see. This is the only a test. Hello, Rob. Hello, Fred. Yeah, I was just testing out because I can't do my show to the capacity I want to do live because my laptop is old and it can't handle this streaming software. Can't handle OBS. Can't handle the other one also Streamlabs. It also can't handle the software that I got, the 4K webcam that I got. It can't handle it. And sometimes I want to stream in 60 frames and to have that live look. And it can't do that with this computer. And then when I go live, it's choppy, it's stream. I'm sounding like I'm in a fu movie. How you doing? My lips be moving 10 minutes after I done said something. So it's frustrating. And that's why I haven't been able to do live shows. And I like the live shows, man. I really do. And I want to do a live show. I want to do like my boy Tim Black. I want to do a live show and have questions and answers. I don't want to just have a super chat session where I'm going to answer the super chat. I want to actually have a call in line where people can call in and get stuff off their chest. I want to have a show, the Bobby Brown show, the call in line. I want people to get anything off their chest, not just political stuff, you know, and ask me questions and see if I can give you an answer. And that's what I was getting to. I was telling this guy there's a difference between intellect and wisdom. There's a lot of people who have a lot of intellect, but they have no wisdom. It's one thing I can say is in a lot of things, I have a lot of wisdom in. And it's based on experience. Sometimes it's a God given thing. That's all I can say. It's something given from the universe on certain subjects. So there's so much I want to do. It's just hard to do it with this piece of blessing I got right here. I don't want to call it crap because at least I got something. I'm thankful. And I want to always be thankful for the things that I do have. Like my man Veggie gave me this my old microphone. I bought one of them cheap microphones back in the day off Amazon because I was broke. And he sent me this Blue Yeti. And I love my Blue Yeti. And I still use my Blue Yeti. And right now I got my lapel mic on. I had somebody bless me with the lapel mic. Somebody blessed me with some kind of device to channel it all through. I had gotten donations one time to purchase some lights. So I appreciate the investment that I've gotten in the past. But there come a time when you got to step your game up, and it's 2020, and I need to step my game up, and I want to do it before the New York primaries because I really want to get out there with them. I beg you, interview Mason, aka the General. I'll look that person up, and if they're in New York, I'll try to do a personal interview uh, with that person. Maybe meet him at the YouTube studios. Maybe at a coffee shop. Maybe at Junior's Cheesecake. That's the type of stuff I want to do. I want to prop the laptop up, prop the webcam, bring the Blue Yeti out, and have a conversation with people, eating some cheesecake or something like that, eating some food. Politics at the table, whatever. Pat. Politics at the table, something like that. So my mind is like this. So many things I want to do with this channel. So, but I'll look into that person, uh, Mason, aka the General. Okay. You can. My email is robertbbrown0000 at gmail.com. Robert B. Brown at 0000. That's 4 zeros at gmail.com. And give me a little more information on this person so I can try to look them up. Yeah, Bloomberg has no personality, Robert James. He's a germaphobe, number one. He's not very compassionate. uh, he hates getting close to minorities. So I guarantee you, he he'll hug you, but on the inside, it's like, ew, oh. As soon as he let go, he'll probably go somewhere where nobody can see him and like, oh, man, give me some Sanitation. Oh God. Because that's how billionaire plutocrats are. They're so beyond us. We're peasants. Most of them are like that. I hope people wake up to who this guy is. Sup, Tony Bruno? Yeah, from Cali. Look, I'm trying to get to Cali by this summer, hang out a little bit. I got a friend of mine, some friends living in Las Vegas. I want to go hang out with them a little bit, and then I want to shoot over to Pasadena, hang out with a friend in Pasadena, and then one of my nephews live in L.A. I want to hang out with him in L.A. So I'm coming down to Cali soon, man. It's hopefully this summer, and so hopefully I can meet you, brother. All right, Bob GB saw you on the 10 Black chat. Like, yeah. I was on the 10 Black chat because I wanted to say something about the union issue because I've been on at the negotiation table. We want to bargain for lesser things. There's certain things we don't want to have to bargain for, but we'll do it if we have to, and that's benefits. We're going to bargain for benefits, but if we can have a benefit that's not on the table, then that's more money that can go in the worker's pocket. So I'm gonna talk about that a little later. I took a cultural anthropology class and we learned about what's known as African American vernacular English, and we learned how it's actually perfectly grammatically correct. Well, that's good. That's good. Me, I'm country. I'm gonna say what you call it. I'm gonna say fence it too. I'm gonna say all that stuff. I don't food shop. See, here in New York, people food shop. Down where I live at, we go make groceries. Now, how do you make groceries? You can't make groceries. You actually go shopping for food. So here up north, they say food shopping. Down south, we say, look here, buddy, I'm going down to the grocery store. I'm going down here to make some groceries. So that's just how it is. So that ain't ever getting out of me. So just hang out. I'm not gonna try to fight people. I'm just gonna be me. I'm gonna be the country southern boy from that lives in New York City. I'm not changing for nobody. So if you don't like me for my perfect English, and I got one of my mentors in business. She gets on me all the time for not posting grammatically correct and not talking grammatically correct. She says unprofessional. Well, I got some people that's professionals don't give crap about people. Which one do you prefer? I prefer to say I is rich than I am broke. So I don't care about that stuff. I'm gonna be as real as I can be. And I'm gonna be down on your level, not on this level, looking down, trying to tell you how you need to talk. Get out of here with that stuff. Yeah, Gregory, Dems they like the beta channels. They want to be betas. They don't want to be alphas, you know. And there's just as many betas in the Republican Party as well as the Democratic Party. So, you know, but that's what Bloomberg is. Bloomberg is the beta version of Trump. That's all he is. He's just as racist. He's low key racist. To this day, I can say domestically, the bill that he's trying to push, the policy he's trying to push toward immigrants is harsh. But to push policies that will criminalize some of the dumbest things is racist. Like I almost went to jail because my boy was standing next to me with a bag of weed. I didn't know it. And had I known it back then, I'd told him, look, yo, let's go somewhere and smoke that weed up because the cops gonna come throw both of us on the ground and put their knee to the back of it. To this day in New York City, you can walk around into certain areas of the Bronx, certain areas of Brooklyn, and you can still see NYPD throwing people on the ground. I mean, brutally smashing their face against the wall, putting their knee to the neck. And Bloomberg admitted this in one of the videos. They still do it to this day. And people say, why are you always talking about Legal Shield, Rod? Why are you always talking about Legal Shield? Because I've been a member of Legal Shield for over 10 years. 10 years. I've used that membership in situations like that. I would let them know, because if ever I needed to know a law about a certain thing, I could pick up the phone and call my attorney. And because I educate myself through the attorneys on certain laws, and it don't cost me extra to call these attorneys. And oftentimes I go to what they call the attorney open house, where I sit and bouge and meet with the attorneys, and I ask them questions about issues that's going on in my community. So when I see police officers, I will tell the police officer, look, officer, that's against the law. He did not consent to that. Brother, did you consent to that? And I'll have my camera out recording the thing, whether they like it or not. Did you consent to a search and seizure? Did you consent to a Terry search? Don't answer none of those questions. You got a right to an attorney. And right now, I'm on a mission to get into every school system, every after youth program I can, because Bloomberg put this out, target blacks and Latinos 15 to 21. I'm on a mission to tell everybody, well, you need to get this for your son, because this, by tapping of the app, they can have instant access to an attorney just by tapping the app, because you do have a right to call your attorney, and you don't have to wait till you go to intake and be halfway locked up in your jail to call your attorney. You can actually call your attorney right now. The problem is people don't have access to an attorney on the spot in situations like that, but most Legal Shield people, most Legal Shield clients do. And me being a Legal Shield client, I have access to that service just by tapping the app. So, I'm trying to do whatever I can to fight these policies, because the policies are already out there. The thing is, how do we fight against this? So I got the app, I got the program, and immediately, if I feel that the officers are trying to take advantage of me, I just tell the officer it's my right to talk to an attorney. I'm saying on my camera, officer, it's the right for me to talk to my attorney right now. Allow me to talk to my attorney. If he violate that right, then I got a lawsuit on there behind. So I literally could go here and call my law firm just by tapping that button. I got my will done. If I got a traffic ticket, I can take a picture of the traffic tickets into attorney, and the attorney will go represent me in the court of law at that particular location where I got that traffic ticket. I don't care if it's in Mount Vernon or if it's Mount Rushmore. I have an attorney to represent me there. I mean, this thing is awesome, and this right here is the emergency legal access button. That if you're in a situation where you're being detained, questioned, arrest, or pushed around by the officers, you can hit that button and call your attorney. And they have to give you that right. That's why it's good for people to always videotape when you see stuff like this. Don't be scared, because we need it on record that they're violating people's rights, so we can go back and hit them upside the head with the lawsuit. And I love the membership, and every kid need it. Everybody can afford it. It's $24 a month for the membership, and I tell everybody, let me help you help me. As oftentimes become a member of Legal Shield. It's $24 a month, and the proceeds from it goes toward this channel. If you get it through me, I'm trying to find a ways to combat YouTube and their BS. But I've been a member of this before I've even heard of YouTube. And I love it. And anytime I'm in a situation where the cops getting ready to come near me, I already know my rights, because I've learned it through the attorneys. Number two, I can get an attorney on the phone right then and there to deal with the officers. And I've seen that happen like magic. One time, I was coming down from a meeting, and it was dark. It was a country road, and police pulled up on me. So here I am, a black man on the country road, country police, good old boy. I don't know. It could be a good old boy. So I'm nervous. So I call my attorney. Back then we didn't have the app. I would have just tapped the app, and I had to literally call him. So I called my attorney. I had him on speed dial. My attorney told me, look here, few things you need to do. First, turn on your blinkers. That'll signal to the officer that you don't feel safe stopping right there, that you're going to go to a lit area, hopefully populated with other people. He have to give you that right, and drive at a moderate speed. So I took the attorney advice, and I did that. Now, mind you, they have dash cams, so they can't say you was on a high-speed chase. Number two, he said, get your license registration already out before the officer come, crack the window down a little bit, don't crack it all the way down, and lock your freaking door. And soon as he comes, say you have a right to talk to your attorney, and let me take it from there. And that's exactly what happened. When the police walked up to my car, he gonna ask me, could I roll the window all the way down? I said, no, sir, officer. Here's my license registration. I didn't wait for him to ask for it. I gave it to him. I said, if you got any questions, talk to my attorney. He's on the phone right now. And I put it on speakerphone, and my attorney began to address the officer for me. So a few things he said. What are you stopping Mr. Brown for? Oh, Mr. Brown, his lights blinking on and off. He might have a short, so I just wanted him to know about it. He said, well, go ahead. Is that against the law? He said, no, not necessarily, but he said, well, if it's not against the law, then why are you bothering my client? Well, I just want to make sure he's safe. He said, did he get a speeding ticket or anything? No. He said, if you got a citation, go ahead and give it to him. And he said, now I'm going to call your superiors and I'm going to let them know that I got my eye on you with my client. And if it's true, I'm going to get a FOIA request to get a copy of the video from the dash cam to see if his lights was really blinking. Because too many times you use that as an excuse to stop people and stop fishing for information, and you're not going to do that to my client today. Well, he went back to the car, came back and said, you're free to go, Mr. Brown. He said, that's fine, but I'm still going to request copies of that video to see if you doing that because his lights are really blinking or if you're harassing people out there on the road. Well, come to find out, he was harassing people on the road because cops got to meet quotas. So cops that do stuff like that, they'll use that as an excuse to fish for information. This membership saved me from that. Had I not had that, that cop could have did all kind of things to me. That's why I love this membership, and I'll pay the $24 just for the emergency access. If you happen to own a company, or if you with 5 or more employees, or you work for a company with 5 or more employees, and you want a brother to come there and present it as employee benefit, let me know. Because $6 a week, anybody can afford that. We eat that on junk. Anyway, let me get off that, man. I'm supposed to be getting ready for the show. Yeah. What's up, M. Moore? Hey, Bob, thanks for the heart from the heart. Yeah, I know a bit long-winded. I like to give thoughtful response rather than sarcastic snipes. Can't believe black folks still messing with Bloomy. Yet another example. Yeah, 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 yeah. So we're going to talk about it. So guys, thank you for allowing me to tell you what I'm doing. 25 for 25 people. We got over 10,000 subscribers. I'm looking for 25 people to donate $25 to the efforts of Bob TV because we're getting geared up. We're getting geared up for the primaries here in New York. It's going to be brutal. There's a lot of delegates here in New York State, and these numbnut politicians from Cuomo to De Blasio. Heard De Blasio is going to endorse Bernie Sanders. And guess what? You know why De Blasio is going to endorse Bernie Sanders? Because De Blasio and Cuomo can't stand each other. They don't like each other. They're always trying to one up. 9 times out of 10, the reason he's going to endorse Bernie Sanders is because number one, Cuomo used Bernie Sanders to push his New York State no-cost education plan. If you're making less $250,000, you get to go to a SUNY or CUNY college only for free. Got to be a SUNY CUNY college for free. State University of New York, City University of New York College for free. It can't be Columbia or none of that. Only SUNY and CUNY. So he's going to use Bernie. He used Bernie to help make that happen. But 9 times out of 10, he's going to endorse Bloomberg because Bloomberg is his buddy. And he'll rather endorse Bloomberg than endorse Bernie Sanders. So they're going to do all kind of chicanery. Last primary, Bernie Sanders won, I think, 90% of the cities in the provinces here in New York. I think Albany went to Clinton, New York City went to Clinton, but even in New York City, especially in Brooklyn, there was chicanery. There was a lot of rigging going on. And don't you dare think that's not going to happen again. There will be some rigging going on here in New York City. We got some staunch Democrats and we got some staunch corporate leaning, center leaning, old school former Hillary Clinton cult members running politics here in New York. And believe me, they don't like Sanders. So they're going to find some way to screw this guy out. He's still going to win majority of states, but he's going to have to double down and make sure he gets watchers at every polling station. He got to make sure that they videotaping. We're closed primary, so if you plan on voting for Bernie Sanders, you're going to have to switch your affiliation. You can't do it as an independent. So if you're going to vote for him, you're going to have to sign up as a Democrat. I know it sucks. I hate it. I'm not buying into it, but I hate it. They're going to force you to join the Democrats. If you do, get your vote on and then unvote yourself. Never put yourself in a position where they can claim that you're a part of their team. Because I'm not a part of nobody's team. So if you're going to do it, I can't tell you what to do. Register as a Democrat. If you then go vote for Bernie Sanders, but immediately deregister. 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 Now, me, on the other hand, got to tell you, I know you hate me. I need to see that brother do something for my community. And until then, y'all go do what y'all need to do. Leave me alone. Okay. All right. But you know, I know he has some policies that help my community, but I need him to say something directly to my community. I need him to campaign more in my community. Mayor Bloomberg is out there throwing money around. What I hate about him is instead of him taking those millions of dollars and investing in the community, he think we're so dumb that all I have to do is put up an ad with some dogs and black people say, "Ooh, ain't that sweet? I'm going to vote for Mike Bloomberg." He think black people are dumb enough not to check people's records. Bloomberg think that. He thinks so low of our community that, well, if it's on TV, they're marketers, they're the number one consumers of products. So you put a good product and tell them what they'll do, they'll believe it and buy it. That's what his ads are all about. I'm telling you who I am, you'll believe it and you'll buy it. That's how his poll numbers are shooting up. I don't buy anything because you're gonna get buyer's remorse. Son, I love Patti LaBelle. I had a Patti LaBelle pie. It tastes all right, but it don't taste like Dot Brown pie. Nowhere near it. I had buyer's remorse. I hated I spent almost $30 for one freaking pie. That's what people gonna get with this with these Bloomberg ads. Bloomberg saying, look, I ain't got to debate Jack. Y'all can keep me out of debates. All I need to do is put myself on a Super Bowl ad, and you dumb enough to buy it. You're not going to check my record. You're not going to check my stop and frisk record. You're not going to check my record of housing. You're not going to check none of that because you're lazy. You're not going to do it. You're the number one slut voters in the country. Because all you do is you figure just because they're a Democrat, they're on your side, and you're not going to investigate to see if they're really on your side. For an example, I regret myself. I slut voted one time. I went into the booth and voted all D's straight down the ballot. Judge, clerk, sheriff, you name it, straight D's. When I find out later on, the sheriff was arresting more blacks than the former sheriff, who happened to be a Republican. This brother at that, man, arrested more black people for some of the dumbest charges. And I voted for that guy. Had one judge that I voted for, same thing. Hit the gavel on more blacks for some of the dumbest things and put them in jail for some of the dumbest things, and allowed the private prisons in Virginia to profit off those brothers and sisters who were in jail for the dumbest things. They had a track record of filling up that prison. I don't know if that judge was getting a little money on the side from the private prison. I don't know if he invested in the private prison, but if I got an investment, I'm going to go overboard to make sure I make good on my investment. That's why it's important for you to stop this freaking slut voting That's the reason why I create the No Slut Vote in 2020 t-shirt. And that's why I'm telling people to purchase it, because I want people to get in other people's face with that shirt, and the shirt will tell them to stop slut voting. You ain't got to say anything. The shirt will tell them stop, don't, no slut voting in 2020. And if they ask what is a slut voter, you can say what is a slut voter. A slut voter is a person who go in the booth and just vote straight down, and they don't know who in the hell they're voting for. They don't know their track record. They don't know what they've been involved with. They don't know their investments that they probably invest in. They have no clue of who they're investing, giving a vote to. They just figure, oh, they're a Democrat. No, they could be a hardcore Republican who decide to run as a Democrat. You know, Trump went back and forth. Trump was an independent, but he catered more toward the Democratic side. But he knew he couldn't run as a Democrat because him and Hillary Clinton and the Clintons are friends. Kids grew up together. Kids best of friends. Chelsea and Ivanka, the best of friends. So he wasn't going to run against his family friends. So according to WikiLeaks, they did this thing called a Pied Piper strategy, where they wanted to prop up Trump to run and go head to head with Republicans. Who are those who wanted to prop up Trump to run head to head? Well, in WikiLeaks, it was told that Bill Clinton encouraged Donald Trump to run for office, gave him an incentive to run. Well, not only will your name get out there, your name, because your name is your brand. And at that time, the Trump name was making money. Shirts, suits, ties, board game, you name it. Trump Products was making money. The name was a positive brand name at that time. Oh, you didn't want to stay in any hotel. You wanted to stay in the Trump Hotel. Oh, you didn't want to go on golf on any golf course. You wanted to golf on the Trump golf course. So there was a time when the Trump name brand was $1 billion name brand. So Trump allegedly wanted to start his own network. So he wanted to use this tool as a launching pad. Trump never really believed he was going to win. Trump did everything he could to not win that race. Grab him by the pee. I can't wait. Look at my African American over there. All kind of stuff. And it still ended up working in his favor. Calling these other politicians' name, Low Energy Bush, Lil Marco, and all that kind of stuff. And it's still, those Republicans ate that stuff up. I'm talking about Republican voters. They said, this guy's different. I like this guy. I'm going to vote for this guy. And he's racist too. Ah, my kind of president. So, man, come on, man. Come on, man. You got to stop slut voting. You got to stop. A lot of people that voted for Trump don't know his record here in New York, his housing discrimination record. They talk about his dad. No, Trump has his own discriminating record. But yet at the same time, I can say Trump put more money into the black community than Bloomberg. And oftentimes they would team up together to put money together to do things for New York. Bloomberg and Trump invested in that ski rink. It wasn't Trump alone. Trump didn't make it. Trump is the biggest socialist you ever met in your life. Most of the money that he got to build his hotels came from money from the government. And he didn't have to pay no taxes on it because he met a certain quota where he didn't have to. Why? Because the tax codes were on his side. It's not that he was cheating. It's just that we got some messed up tax codes. So don't you dare think Trump and Bloomberg, they friends, the Clintons are friends. They doing this 9 times out of 10. Bloomberg ain't gonna make it. Bernie's ain't gonna win it. But you know what Bloomberg gonna do, and the Democrats gonna be happy he do it. He's gonna run independent because he's an independent. You got Bernie Sanders sitting up here saying, no matter what, I'm gonna support the Democratic nominee. Why don't you start asking that same question to Bloomberg? Because he ain't gonna make that statement. And the Democratic Party is happily open to run him, changing the laws just for him, then change it for Cory Booker, then change it for Kamala Harris, changed it just for him to run for office. The ultimate goal, if you can defeat Bernie Sanders, will take you as president. But if you don't, The plan B is we want you to run independent. We're not going to scar you. Why? Because our number one mission is to stop Bernie. We'll rather you run independent than Bernie. Why? Because he will siphon off some of the votes. They believe he'll siphon off some of the votes from Bernie supporters. Not understanding Bernie supporters are not mostly Democrats. Bernie supporters are mostly independents. That's why they could talk all day long about we can unify the party. Bernie shouldn't even be entertaining that talk. Y'all go ahead and unify the party. That's great. I'm trying to unify the country. Right now, Trump, that's another segment I want to talk about. And I'm going to break it down. So just let me do me for a second. Trump right now, his everything is in the green. He's rarely in the red. After the doggone impeachment, popularity going up, approval going up. 97% of Republicans saying he's doing the doggone job. The Wall Street numbers are going up. Jobs are low, literally low. They're paying low wages. Therefore, people working 2-3 jobs. So the job market is low. The market is up. It is up. Wall Street is happy. You look on TV, all you see is green, 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 green. So the Trump economy, hard as it is for regular people, on the surface is looking like it's doing good. So Trump, it's going to take a lot to beat this guy. Trump right now is breaking records when it comes to turnout in Iowa and New Hampshire. He got 90% of the vote. There are other people running from him, 2 other people running against him. People think he's running unopposed. No, he is running against 2 other people, and they're not getting anywhere because they are solid with Trump. Trump base is not going nowhere. Those Republicans are not going nowhere, and those independents are not going nowhere unless you have another person that independents may draw toward. See, a lot of independents are sticking with Trump because they pretty much know that the Democratic Party is going to screw Bernie again. They actually believe that. And Bernie Sanders got to put himself in a position where he can prove to them that it ain't happening this time, dog. He got to go overtime to put that out there in the open that no, I'm calling them out and I'm going to embarrass them. I'm going to shame them. If I have to file a suit, if I have to file criminal charges, whatever, anybody who I catch cheating, I'm coming after you. Trump did that. Trump said, look, if y'all cheat me out of this nomination, I'm running third party. I'm going to break both of your hope and dream. Because I actually got friends over here in the Democratic side. They may hate me right now, but they don't hate me. So, that's the plan in my book. The plan is, Bloomberg, if you can knock out Bernie, great. We as old school core, centrist, mediocre, mealy mouth, milk toast tolerant, ain't gonna do nothing for nobody. Yeah, I said ain't for those who want me to say perfect English. Ain't gonna do anything for nobody. We'll rather have you as president piss off progressives than have Bernie for president. And if you have to run independent, you got our approval. We're gonna act like we're mad at you, but we really love you. And that way, Bernie won't win. Honestly, Bernie still can win like that. It don't matter because Bernie's support is outside the party. If he can maintain a certain certain percentage of Democrats and he can get a lot of independents on this side, he'll win. Right now, Trump is winning because those independents are leaning toward him. Trump ain't worried about his base unifying. They are unified. They are unified like a mug. So he's not worrying about that. All Trump is doing right now, he's going to try to reach out to blacks by giving them some BS plan. And it may work because some of us are gullible. If we sit up here being gullible to Bloomberg's commercial, we'll probably be gullible to some of Trump's stuff too. Heck, I wouldn't doubt if Trump come out with reparations. If Trump come out with reparations, his base ain't going nowhere because his base believe he ain't going to do it. But we'll believe he'll do it. And we'll go ahead and vote him in office because we believe. That's why it's more important for me not to believe that you can do these things for me. It's not important that you're willing to do these things for me. Is do I believe you're going to do these things for me? Trump could say, I'm going to give a plan for reparations. His base ain't going to get mad at him because his base really don't believe he's going to do it. But some of us, even though we don't like this guy, we'll believe he'll do it. And then some of us, not all of us, not even half of us, will go vote for the guy. And then when he get in office, he ain't gonna do it. Anyway, let's see who's up here. Uh, yeah, or can't believe black folks still messing with Blooming. All right, it worked before. Salt Shaker, what worked before? ANPDM1. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. This message is billionaires don't give a blink about us. Well, they deleted that. I saw it. It was up there. They don't give a crap about us. Billionaires only care about their billions. They're not even going to give you none of it. I'm really upset with Bloomberg. First of all, God, I wish I can do screenshots up here. Let me tell you something. Bloomberg is hiring. Campaign leads are making. Let me see what's up here about. Yeah, so I went to Bloomberg's page because I'm here in New York and I'm over here in Penn Station. Because I'm talking to. I'm going to be doing some after school. I'm going to be working at a community center here in Mount Vernon, and working with some of the kids, what they call at risk. I hate that word, at risk. You don't call white kids at risk. So why you got to call black kids and Latino kids at risk? But anyway, the job is to, work with at-risk kids when they get out of school, to cater to the elderly in the morning, and I'll be working with the kids after school, and in the middle working with the daycare kids. I love the kids. Robert loved the kids. Okay. And so I'm over there talking to some of the people at Starbucks. Starbucks has this program where you work for them. They'll pay for your college at Arizona State for free. So that's good. So I'm trying to find other options other than the military to help kids get an education. Work at Starbucks, you get an education. Now, look, I'm not a fan of the president of Starbucks, but it's a job. And they do have some decent benefits for those workers. That's the only good thing I can say about Starbucks. And owning a Starbucks, franchising a Starbucks is very easy. Yes, I don't like their billionaire CEO. Yes, he's a butthole, a big, wide butthole. And every time he opened his mouth, guess what come out of that butthole? Okay. All right. But honestly speaking, they have good benefits for their workers. They don't have job security. They definitely don't have that. But they do offer a lot of things that most employers here don't offer. They offer vacation, they offer PTO time. They offer some decent benefit, but it still need to be some job security, which means they can come in and fire you any day. You have no grievance process. You can't, you have none of that. So they still lacking in a lot of areas. But my main thing is the college thing. And since we don't have no cost education yet across the board, they do offer to pay for your education if you decide to go to school through them. Now, so I'm looking for ways other than SUNY and CUNY to get kids a higher education. So here I am after I come from the talking to one of the managers at Starbucks. I see Bloomberg website. So he's looking for state communications associate. Let's see how much they pay. You guys can't see this. I'll probably put it up later in post. All right. So state communicator. Uh, responsibility is support execution of overall state communication strategy. Think that person is making close to 10 grand a month. 10 grand a month. All right, let's go to the other one. Let's see. Join our team in New York. So they're paying $4,000 a month for a field organizer. Now, here I am. That would be tempting. That'll be tempting when you got bills, you got people you got to pay. You telling me I could be a field organizer for 4 grand? Mike Figueroa Rados said that he have a friend that's working for the Bloomberg campaign, but secretly pushing Bernie Sanders. I can't sell out like that, man. I don't want to be anything affiliated with that man. They all at the train station with their clipboards trying to get you to register. When they're not trying to get you to register, they're getting you to try to get Bloomberg on the ballot in New York because he's not on the ballot yet. They're trying to trick you. Have you registered to vote? Well, register here. Well, the paperwork is really registering to get Mike Bloomberg on the ballot. So you know me. I videotaped and I went ham on this guy, but I decided to delete the video because I kind of got out of pocket. I was out of pocket, and there was a Latino brother too, man. I was like, I got out of pocket, man. I went in on that too, man. I went in on homeboy. So but I'm gonna post these up. Bloomberg hiring, and he's paying top dollar for a lot of these positions, and you could be tempted to go for the money. Rent is high here in New York. It really is. So I'm gonna be doing a series of videos. Ben Dixon beat me to the videos. Ben Dixon, even though we don't agree on a lot of things, and honestly speaking, Ben knows a lot more about politics than I do. Like I said, there's a difference between education, intellect, and wisdom. I lean more on the wisdom side. Most people lean on the intellect side, and each one of them has this, it has this proper value to it. Intellect has a value, wisdom has a value. I mean, if you have both, that would be awesome. Jamal Thomas, a very intellectual brother. I'm not going to try to debate with that brother. I'm not going to try to debate with Benjamin Dixon because most of it is going to be on intellect. It's not going to be on wisdom. But I agree with majority of Jamal. Jamal's my boy, fellow Virginia. He's working for Sputnik now. I'm super proud of him. I remember when I was communicating with Jamal, telling him on some ways to get his channel up. My channel was further than his, and he blew past me. And instead of getting jealous, I'm happy for that brother. Now the brother working on at Sputnik, he's working with these real big time radio announcers, and I'm proud of him. Same thing with Nico. I met Nico at this garden here in the Bronx when Ajamo Baraka was out here speaking. And Nico don't remember that, but me and Nico, through the process of his growth, became friends. I remember I was ahead of Nico, and now Nico done blew past me. I don't hate them brothers. I'm trying to learn from the brothers, and that's why I'm doing the 25 by 20. I said maybe I should do that, man. They got supporters now. Maybe I should get me supporters. 25 by 20. Donate $25 one time and $25 a month after that. Just 25. So I appreciate the brothers, and they're doing a great job. And congratulations to them all. I appreciate Tim Black. I got my first real big exposure through Tim Black, and Tim had me on as a guest, and I'm trying to get back on with Tim pretty soon. Convo Couch asked me to come on their show. Nico asked me to be on this show. It's just that I've been out here, trying to get the solid job while I build this channel. But I really want to focus on the channel. But let me keep going. I'm talking too much. Good to see you, Bob, looking good in black and white plaid. Yep, it's kind of chilly here. They don't even want to give you the check. Yeah, the government, when it comes to reparations, and YouTube. I'm sitting up here looking at my Google Analytics. I'm like, come on, man. What's up? What's up, Google? What is up, Google? What is up? You are a high-class pimp. You're a high-tech pimp. Look at all these people you pimping. Janine McLaughlin, good to see you, Bob. Looking good in black and white. Yeah, I just read that. Thank you. You're right. They can promise reparation all they want. When they get it off, we get some BS. Yep. Yeah, I heard he wants to make her VP. What do I got to say about it? Look, again, guys, don't do the super chat. Number one, Google is going to take at least half of that. and I'm not going to see it for another 30 days. If you're donating, I appreciate it. Do it through paypal.me/BobTVNYC, all caps. Do it that way. Don't do the super chat. I love the platform, but I hate the business practices of these tech pimps. Hate them. And that's why I'll be moving over to Rockfin soon. And I'm going to be telling everybody to sashay over to Rockfin uh, because they treat people better there. And anyway, yeah, I heard that. Biggest mistake. Biggest mistake. Again, the Bloombergs, the Clintons, and the Trumps, all in the same freaking circle. Neither one of them on your side. Yeah, sure. Trump's doing some things for his base. I can say that. But of course, he's only doing that to get reelected. Once he's reelected, anything for regular people will stop, and Trump will go all out catering to his rich, wealthy people. Because once he's out of office, he's going to be their best. It's Trump's way of getting back at some of these companies that mocked him. There's a lot of CEOs that don't like Trump. Bloomberg is right in some aspect how they mock Trump in certain ways, but they know Trump is helping their best interest, and they love Trump. They love the Trump tax cuts. They love how Trump is not trying to, they love Trump. And at the end of the day, once Trump is out of office, Trump is going to make way more money than Obama, way more money than anybody that ever left office, because he was already at that point where people were seeking out him. He's going to be at a high level. Trump going to be giving speeches and getting paid millions just for a speech, not 500,000, 600,000. He's going to be paid millions. But they're all friends. They don't care about us. Shout out to Michael Jackson. They don't really care about us. All they care about is keeping their money in a position where it's not tampered with. Bernie Sanders is a threat to that money. Whether you agree with Bernie Sanders or not, whether you agree with Bernie Sanders on reparations or not, whether you support him or not, it doesn't matter. The bottom line is Bernie Sanders, I really believe this guy is antagonistic toward not just billionaires in general, but billionaires who flaunts their crony capitalism, who flaunts their vulture capitalism. Billionaires who would never take the time out to take some of their fortune and give it back to the people who helped them get there. Hell, Bloomberg is again a lot of poll boosts because of black people. He won't take the money that he won't take some of his money and just put it in the black community. And look, let me help your church out. Let me help you. He won't even do that. He won't try to buy us off that way because that's too beneath him. He'll rather just buy TV ads. To him, that's an ethical way of fooling you into getting a vote. Believe me, he really believes black people are unintelligent to realize what he's doing. We know what you're doing, bro. You're trying to buy this election, and you're trying to use us to do it. Unfortunately, anybody 45 and up may buy into that stuff because we don't take the time to check people records. I have been a victim of your stop and frisk. I have been thrown on the ground before, and I had to get my attorneys on one of your cops for it. The author of, well, he didn't start the stop and frisk. Actually, Giuliani started that, but he pushed it to perfection. So here you got Mr. Stop and Frisk guy and the woman who promoted the crime bill of Joe Biden, signed by her husband, the P.T. Barnum Bailey of the crime bill, the woman who took Joe Biden words and called black people super predators, young black youth super predators, is going to join his team. And you got dumb idiots like the Congressional Black Caucus willing to support them, black mayors willing to support them. Honestly speaking, I don't give a crap who's supporting them. I ain't supporting them, and you shouldn't support them either. This guy is Trump. He's just a beta version of Trump, a milder version of Trump. I don't want any totalitarian person in that office. I want a person of integrity. Even if I don't agree with his integrity, I want a person of integrity in that office. Anyway, guys, I'm running. I supposed to be preparing for the show. It's almost 2 o'clock. Let's see what we got up here. Um, her being his VP is the worst thing he's going to ever do. I told you, Bloomberg is not trying to win this race, just like Trump was not trying to win the race. It happened by osmosis. Who knew that these people was going to gravitate toward Trump because he was different? That man did everything he could to lose this election, and he won anyway. Bloomberg going to do whatever he can to get in this race, to take delegates from Bernie Sanders, to try to seem like he's competing with Bernie Sanders. At the end of the day, he don't want to win. If he win, great. Just like Trump. If I win, great. If I don't win, it's still good for me because I got a lot of exposure and I can go out and build things on top of that. Same thing with Bloomberg. If he don't win, he got exposure. He can build on top of the fact that he ran for office, not just against Bernie Sanders. That's going to scorch him here in New York City because New York City loved Bernie Sanders. And it's going to hurt his brand. His brand is already sucking anyway. And he has his own news media. You thought Jeff Bezos was bad. This guy has his own news media. So ultimately, either way, his job is to stop Bernie Sanders. So whether he get nominated and he stop Bernie Sanders that way, or he run independent and stop Bernie Sanders from winning, his job is to stop Bernie Sanders. Hillary Clinton's job is to stop Bernie Sanders, and she would love to be on that ticket. He would that would piss off. That is not going to help the Democratic Party. It's going to divide it even more. And you're going to see so many momentum go Bernie Sanders' way by default. People who didn't even support him going to go that way. Mike Bloomberg is a losing strategy. Him picking Hillary Clinton as VP is even worse. That is guaranteed to get Trump another nomination. And it's guaranteed to split the party even more. Actually, I want the party not just split, I want it crushed. So if that's what it takes, fine. But she ain't winning jack with him. It's just going to piss everybody off. It's pissed me off just thinking about it. Okay. Wisdom means the golden rule, not the rule of gold. Gregory Wonderwill. Tim, Nico, Jamal, and Bob TV are your favorite. Thank you, man. I'm honored to be a part of your favorite. What's up, Christian? What's up, my homie? How you doing, man? Yeah, man. I'm just up here. I was trying to do a live show, my brother, and my laptop is so slow I can't do the live like I want to do it. You know, an actual show, talking about a topic of the day, letting you see things from their own words. You know, especially with this Bloomberg flat out on video talking racist. I'm not able to do things, post stuff up because my laptop can't handle things like Streamlab or OBS, and it can't handle the camera that I got. So I'm trying to upgrade everything, take the show to the next level. We're trying to prepare for the New York primaries. So what I'm doing is I'm learning for other YouTubers, the 25 by 25. I'm looking for 25 people to donate at least $25 to the Bob TV network today, and try to get that up so we can start working on getting this equipment. I can finally put this laptop to the side and get my baby out of the shop. I had her upgrade a little bit, get her out the shop, pay some bills that I need to pay here in this place where I'm at right now, where I do the show, and get a new laptop to go when the New York primaries come and it's election time and people about to go vote. I want to talk to everybody from dog catcher to presidential candidate if I can, you know, and even people suggest I have on the show. If they're here in New York, I don't want to Skype them in. I want to go somewhere. I found out that if you got 2,000 subscribers, you're in this particular club where you can get access to the studio at Google to do your shows. And I've seen I seen one look like a diner. It looked like I'm in a real diner. So I want to be able to take my laptop, my camera, and my Yeti and do real live interviews with these politicians and ask them the hard questions. Ask them the questions so hard that they smack me, probably won't ever come on my show again. I'm not gonna try to be so convenient that they want to come back on. Sometimes you got to hit them hard with the questions, especially if they got a lot of bull crap coming out of them. So that's what I'm doing, my brother. So 25 by 25, I'm going to be on here all day to see how far we go. Those who I see in the PayPal donors, I'm going to prop them up here on the channel, and I'm going to shout them out and give them all the praise I can because you guys deserve it. You deserve it. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get off here. Appreciate everybody being on. I'm going to get off here, take a break. I'm going to come back on here and start with one subject. If I can't get it streaming, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to video it, and then I'm going to have to upload it. And I'm going to straight video. I'm not going to do no editing and none of that stuff. I'm going to do straight video, mistakes and all, upload it so it can be up here live. I will still be up here responding to you guys. But we're going to do this. So I'm trying to get at least 5 segments out today. And hopefully we'll reach our goal. Okay. Appreciate you guys. I'll be back on soon. And probably 3 o'clock. Okay. Talk to you soon.